What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today the filming setup is going to be a little bit different again, just because I'm in my living room, my baby's at the back, my dog is here. Today was not going to be a filming day, but I got something in the mail today and I really wanted to film it so that I can get it out for you as quick as possible. I know that probably some people have already reviewed this product, but it's fairly new. It's the Makeup by Mario Foreplay Everyday Quads, the nudes, and I decided to get all three. Now guys, I have a real problem. I'm not even kidding when I say this. I love a good neutral palette and I'm obsessed with quads and singles. So when Makeup by Mario came out with a nudes collection in quads, I had to get it. I wasn't planning to get all three, but these were exclusive to his website and Sephora US. So I can't buy from Sephora US, so I had to look at the website, and the shipping costs as much or almost as much as one of these palettes. So I decided to get all three because I didn't have to pay for shipping. And that way, in my crazy mind, I thought I was saving money. But don't judge me too hard, guys. Don't judge me too hard. If you're gonna judge me on this, know that these three quads that I bought are less expensive than one of these single eyeshadows I bought from Chantecaille. So if you're gonna judge me for anything, you can judge me for Chantecaille. I'm new to the brand. I'm not a makeup artist, so everything I buy has to be sort of dummy proof. I am a regular consumer. And let's start with getting things out of this packaging. Everything is a little dusty. Is that normal? Does anyone know? Because I feel like the black packaging, that cardboard, kind of like leaves a little dust feeling. You can even see it on this one. I always try to film in natural light, but I had to put down a little ring light in front of me because it's such a dark day. It's early. It shouldn't even be looking like this outside, but it's such a gross, nasty day. But look, can you see that? There's like all these dust particles on there. Oh, the other side is even worse. Look, that's pure eyeshadow. That is gross. Which nude is this? This came, oh my God, oh no! It broke. Oh, that's why it's everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna ask them to get me a refund because this is no fun. It got everywhere. Okay, so this is the third palette. Let's see if one of the other ones broke. Okay, so I can't put that one up properly, but so this is the nude 3. You can look at the reflection. Then the one I actually wanted to buy is a nude 2. So I'm really happy to have this one. This one didn't break. And this is the lighter one of all of the ones, and this is nude 1. Because nude 3 is broken, I think I'm gonna go into that one first. I already did my base and I contoured my face. I didn't do any blush yet or lips because depending on how well this performs and depending on what look I'm going to get out of this, I wanted to pick a lipstick and a blush color. So let me just go into the demo right away. I'm gonna start with number 3, then I'll do number 2, and at the end I'll do number 1. I do have one of these liners. I got this one in a gift set of some kind, and I think this one is in the shade black. So I am gonna try to use one of these. I'm a little bit upset I didn't get one of those smudging liners because I hear they're pretty good, but I am gonna put this one to the test. I have one of my favorite ones, which is the Rouge Beauty fine liners, or one of these felt tip liners by Rouge Beauty. That's one of my favorite ones till date ever. So I'm really interested in seeing if this one can compete with that one. I'm not going to be holding up the palette. I'm just going to show you a little quad and tell you which one I'm going to go into. So let's speed up this process. Alright guys, this is my look using palette number 3. I know I'm going backwards, but this is the look I created. Let me just show you some swatches first. I don't think these colors have names. I'm not gonna go and look at the bottom of this palette just because it's so broken and that second color is literally everywhere. But the first color is a really beautiful highlight. And I think this palette is supposed to be for deeper skin tones, but I have a light to medium skin tone, and you know, eyeshadow is eyeshadow. If you like these colors, then you should just buy it no matter what skin tone you are. But the first color is very nice. It's sort of this kind of yellow toned highlighter shade. The second is a very orangey and very fall appropriate. And then you have the two mattes. If I'm gonna be honest, if I look at the look, I did a little bit more of an extreme look using these colors because I did want to showcase the color story. But okay, first impressions, right? I don't know this brand. I thought the mattes were quite difficult to work with. So blending out the color was a bit difficult, and therefore I feel that there is a little bit of muddiness going on. And if you can't see the muddiness, it's really just because I was trying to blend it in together with my setting powder. The metallics, on the other hand, really are beautiful. They're fine glitters, so I like a good fine glitter. I did have some difficulty applying these colors just because that broken shade really just messed up my entire palette, so I was trying to work around it. I'm not sure if I showcased some of these glitters appropriately, so let me try to really showcase that bright glitter shade, the lightest shade in the palette. I think you can create a stunning look out of this palette. I wish mine wasn't broken. I know I'm like a broken record, but that black was really good. It was really nicely, yeah, it was black. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. And maybe it's because I didn't go all ham on that shade all over the lid, but I thought that one was easier to blend out than the brown shade in this palette. So overall, a nice look. Not really a color story I would gravitate towards for an everyday use. I'm also, I don't think, the demographic for this color story. Overall, I'm impressed with the shimmers and not so much impressed with that one matte shade, and I'm not sure if the other matte would have performed any better if I went all over the lid, because as you can see, it does skip on my hand swatch as well. Nevertheless, I'm gonna do eye number 2 next. Next, I'm gonna go in with Nudes 2. This is the one I'm most excited about. I'm first gonna go in with a transition shade, and then I'm gonna deepen out the outer corner with this shade and use this shade, actually exactly the same as I did with the third palette. Okay guys, this is the look I created with the second palette of the 3, and guys, I thought I was gonna like this one and it did not disappoint. This time around I didn't put on mascara, but I don't think I need mascara right now to show you how beautiful it is. It took me a really long time to get everything up my face the first time around, so I want to be careful with how much makeup I'm applying. So my thoughts on this little palette. One, I thought the mattes were easier to apply and blend out. I started with this one all over my crease area, and it's very light for my crease, but it's really nice because it is that light. You can really shape out your eye really easily. These two eyes, it took me about 10 minutes to do. So really, this eye look was the most simple eye look, basic eye look ever, but it was really just, I love a good, easy to use palette. So great crease color, great. Then I used this shade next. This is sort of a metallic wash. It looks deeper in the pan than I think it looks on the eyes, and I just put this all over the eye as a wash of color. This next one I wanted to put as an inner corner highlight, but truth be told, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be an inner corner highlight. I didn't really do my research on this. This is much more of a topper on top of this shade, so to add extra sparkle. Let me do some swatches so I can explain to you what I mean. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but the second shade is the shade I put all over my lids. It looks like it's lighter than the first shade, but it's not. What it is that one is just more, I guess, metallic, and the top one is just more, it's really hard in the pan and kind of just loose glitters. Then you have the transition shade, and on the bottom you have that accent shade that I put on the sides of my eye to really add some depth to the look. I think as a whole, this palette, you don't really need more. I didn't think I needed the liner for this look, but I really wanted to test it out again. I have a bit more opinions on this liner now. The conclusion is this was not as easy to use as my Rouge Beauty one, but it didn't skip, and I like the really fine tip. You can get a really nice thin line using this liner. But yeah, this palette to me is a really great representation of what I expected Makeup by Mario to be. And I'm really impressed by this little palette and the look that it created. I think it's great for everyday wear, but also if you want to do nighttime, you can really amp it up by using this shade. And for the holiday season, I wouldn't be upset if this was on my eyes and I would be rocking my holiday life. I don't actually want to take this off, but I have to take this off to demo the third palette and the last palette. So let me take off the lip and the eye, and let's demo this one. All right, guys, well, you know the drill. I'm gonna do the same eye basically with this last palette. Now this is Nudes 1, and I think it's made for fair skin tones, but I'm hoping I can get some use out of this as well. Okay guys, I have some thoughts on this last palette. So one, this is a beautiful transition shade. It's a transition shade on me, and combined with the lighter shade, so I think these are 3 and 4 together, you can really smoke out your transition shade. You can really feather it nicely. You have a lot of control using these two shades. And I like that this lighter one is in there. I can't use it as a shade on its own. It doesn't really show up. Maybe as an inner corner highlight. I tried it out a little bit, but I like my inner corner highlights to be a bit more sparkly. Then we have these two top colors. Now this color I put all over the lid, and it brings out a really nice shine. It reminds me of that other shade in the second palette that I like so much. It has that similar type of texture. I was most confused by this more taupey shade. I couldn't really apply it with a brush. It applied much better using a finger, and I put it on the ends of my eyes to kind of, I guess, smoke out my eye. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this palette needed this shade personally. I'm sorry if you hear something in the background. My baby's waking up, so that's why I'm trying to round off this video. But yeah, I think this is a beautiful palette. It also swatches really nicely. Again, very impressed with the metallics, and the mattes in these are very workable, and I really like that. So my final thoughts on the 3. First off, the third palette, the one that's cracked, so you'll see it up here. I won't put it up. The color story, it's nice, don't get me wrong. It's just very Halloween. The black, the bright orange, it's a lot. I see where he went with it, but I don't think I'll reach for it a ton, and that's not because of the broken shade. I didn't like the mattes in that palette. I liked maybe the black, but I didn't like the one matte that you're supposed to use as a transition. The second quad, however, I really liked. I liked the color story. I thought that as a whole, it was a very cohesive palette. I could just use this palette. I can just travel with this one and make a really pretty look out of it. I liked the way the mattes performed. I liked that this transition shade was a good transition shade and it worked well with my skin color. I struggled a little bit with that first shade because that's more of a topper and this one is more of a shimmer. And I wanted to have an inner corner highlight, but it doesn't really need it to make this palette work for you. I thought this second color is the showstopper of this palette. I'm not used to Makeup by Mario shimmers and mattes, and that one was a really nice one. Comparable to a Charlotte Tilbury satin finish. Then of course we have the last little palette, and yeah, this is the one I have on my eyes. It's beautiful, understated, wearable, everyday. Nothing wrong with it. This one won't show up on you, so you know, I use this one more in tangent with this one to diffuse all of the edges. I like that about a little shade like this. This one, I don't know, I'm not really impressed by this taupey one. I wasn't sure what it was doing next to all the other ones. I really enjoyed this shade a lot. So all in all, not a bad palette. So on number 1, I would do Nudes 2. On number 2, I would do Nudes 1. And on number 3, I'll do Nudes 3, unfortunately. That's just my opinion. If Nudes 3 was your color story or you're of a deeper skin tone, then definitely Nudes 1 is not for you, but Nudes 3 might be more for you. Anyway guys, I hope that this information was useful for you, and thank you so much for watching again. I'm gonna tend to my baby because today was not supposed to be a filming day, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe to my channel. If you just want to interact with me, please do. I love talking about makeup and I love interacting with you guys. So he's getting really upset. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.